At first I thought this cookie looked boring, but now crunchy biscotti is one of my favorite cookies, and this is my take on the classic Italian recipe. You can forget about tons of butter and sugar in your cookie, because this cookie is all about the almonds and oats that really take flavor to the next level. I make the cookie dough by mixing the dry ingredients first, and here I have homemade oat flour that gives the cookies lighter texture than usual. Almond meal, which is basically almonds that I grind in my coffee grinder. Also add 1 tablespoon tapioca or cornstarch, half teaspoon baking powder to give the biscotti a little rise, and salt to enhance the almond flavor. For wet ingredients, I'm going to combine 1 room temperature egg, just 2 tablespoons agave or maple syrup for sweetness, and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract to round out the flavors. If you wonder, yes, you can use flax egg too, but the dough won't really spread while baking. Now I bring all the ingredients together and I mix just until the sticky dough is formed. Then I roughly chop the almonds in pieces, which I toasted before in my air fryer to bring out their sweet flavor. Almond flakes are also fine, but whole pieces add even more crunch to the cookie. At this point the biscotti dough is done and I let it chill in the fridge for 30 minutes. As you can see, this dough is quite sticky, but there's no need to add more flour. Just place on a parchment paper and spread in a rectangle, and if it's too sticky I suggest you slightly wet your hands. As biscotti are twice baked cookies, I find it perfect to bake in my air fryer. Actually, I prefer this method because it crisps up faster without getting dry in the middle, but if you need a larger batch of cookies, it won't really work this way. The first bake in the air fryer is for about 12 minutes at 360, and then remove onto a cutting board and let cool for about 15 minutes. It will be easier to cut into pieces. I can cut straight across the loaf or at a slight angle, and for this you're going to need a sharp knife so it doesn't crumble too much. For a second bake, I'm going to place the biscotti cut side down in my air fry basket and bake for another 10 minutes, but this time at lower temperature, because I don't want them to brown too much. Also, I flip over the cookies after 5 minutes to get them toasty on both sides. This will make the biscotti crunchy, but I don't like them too hard or too dry, so if you want to bake them even more, you can give it another 2 to 3 minutes. But keep in mind they will crisp up more as they cool. They store really well at room temperature, but to make sure my biscotti stay crisp, I place a paper towel at the bottom and do not cover completely. Anyway, I prefer having these crunchy cookies on their own, but you can dip yours in a cup of coffee or hot chocolate. And this hot chocolate you just have to try. It's healthier and has less sugar than regular hot chocolate, and this one I made it with oats. Check out that recipe now. Thank you so much for watching. See you in another video. Stay healthy, stay happy.